Come on, you guys. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Very shameless celebrations for me this morning, you guys. I'm looking after my sister's puppy for the next few days. So you might see me with my little assistant in these next few videos. And yeah, he's absolutely adorable. But you guys, we're through to the semi-finals. Let me just let you down. Sorry, me darling. But we through to the semi-finals, playing against Fluminense, and it seems like, God willing, we're booking ourselves a final spot in the Club World Cup. And I think on our day, we can beat anyone. Fingers crossed, let's see what happens. But anyway, we can thank goals today from Cole Palmer and our own goal force from Nani Modweke by Augustin Jai, his name was. And those goals cancelled out an incredible equaliser from Estevao Willian. There's so many things to talk about in this game today, so many big topics and conversations, but I just have to give credit to these Brazilian teams, man, for putting respect on the rest of the globe. Yes, it's so often we only see the Premier League as the number one league. European top 5 divisions is the best, and kind of disrespect and ignore everything else that's going on. But this is the second game against Brazilian teams where they ran us right to the end. I have to say, on paper, we were probably the better team. We created a lot of chances in that first half. We had it very tough in the second half, and they pressed higher, went more man-to-man, and started playing wider as well. And it made for a very enjoyable game, seeing two teams going for it right to the end. And we could have made it 3-1. Joao Pedro with a few opportunities, Noni hitting the post as well. And we forced some great saves too. But yeah, man, thoroughly impressed with the performance today. Things wasn't going our way, you know. Reece James pulling up with something, meaning that Andre Santos started the game today. We saw Pedro Neto starting. Massive credit goes out to Pedro Neto. This must be an incredibly tough time for him and his family with the unfortunate passing of Diogo Jota. May he rest in peace. Great to see the football world mourning his loss and just coming together for him. This couldn't have been easy for Neto to step up today. The team kind of needed him because we're lacking numbers and depth. So massive credit goes out to Neto in his performance. And we saw the introductions of your guys like Andre Santos and even Christo Nkunku coming back from nowhere to be playing on the left-hand side. So, yeah, this wasn't even necessarily our very best lineup, but this was a competitive lineup. And regardless of so many players who played today whose futures will probably be away from us come the end of this transfer window, you can still see what their mentality is about, what these lot are saying playing for us. And yeah, just impressed by everything I saw today against a very tough and physical opposition. At times, we overdo the physicality. I'm looking at Liam Delap. He picked up a really stupid yellow card, I have to say, right near the end. But at the same time, it looked like he was becoming a bit of a target from the Palmeiras defenders. But these are the type of games that Liam Delap relishes. You know, you find him at his best. And one of the things I really rated about his striker performance was only this one thing and one thing only, but it was how he constantly was absorbing the contact of the Palmeiras defense. And by doing that, he was dragging defenders out of position. And when he was doing that, you're creating space for third-man runners to get into. And this is what we saw from that incredible first goal from Cole Palmer. And I have to say, shout out to Trevor Jalaba for stepping up in midfield. And if you guys have been watching a lot of my watch-alongs last season, or just common criticisms as last season was coming to an end, I just kept feeling like there was moments for the wide centre-back, especially out wide on the right, to push up in midfield a bit, carry the ball into space, be a bit adventurous. And I felt like it was just justified from what I saw from Jalaba, who stepped up into midfield and played an excellent line-breaking, defence-splitting pass that took out that entire Palmeiras midfield. And Cole Palmer with his genius, receiving on the half-turn, taking the ball inside, opening his body up and scoring one of his customary, cool as you like, ice cold finishes, man. It was a thing of beauty and it was absolutely deserved because I just felt like, in particular, our inverted style was really running Palmeiras ragged in that first half. Yeah, Cucurella coming inside, allowing Enzo Fernandez to bomb forward. As I keep saying, if you want to disrupt teams, creating third man runs and movements, playing balls into the feet of runners, you're less static, you're more unpredictable. It's harder for the opposition to pick someone up because when they finally have to react, you're dragging their shape. You're dragging men out of position. Now, he was doing that time and time again. Hence why Cole Palmer was just looking very influential. I think he's been quite decent in the Club World Cup. All this talks of him playing on the left, on the right, bro. It doesn't really matter because under Maresca, he kind of plays anywhere and he's allowed that license to kind of roam regardless if he's starting on the left-hand side or starting on the right-hand side. So I think that's something that can't really be ignored. But, we saw a lot of interesting moments. We saw a lot of physicality as well too. That was pretty funny. Estevao Willian clipping Levi Cole's ankles from behind. Listen, there's one thing that Estevao showed us, and I'm going to be talking about him right now actually, was that he's not afraid of doing the defensive side of the game. He's not afraid to track back. These are good foundations that's going to really impress Maresca because he doesn't want to have to teach the kids how to do that side of the game. But Estevao's a very fast learner. I thought he had a very encouraging battle against Cucurella down that side. Cucurella was not patronizing this guy or condescending him or going easy at all. It's like a awakening for what life in the Premier League is going to be about when Estevao comes through and plays for us. But it was a really engaging, fair, honest battle and was also a reminder of just how much Cucurella has improved defensively 1v1. So I got to give this guy some credit for the massive levels that he's been showing recently. But, Estevao, of course, very promising threat. Constantly commanded two of our players on him at all times. When you're doing that for an 18-year-old, it says everything you need to know about this guy's ability, right? But obviously, I think the standout moment of the game, which was even better than Cole Palmer's, was the equalising goal that Estevao William scored. I mean, my lord, sorry. What the hell are you eating? Sorry, you guys. Bro, I don't even know how this dog found this bit of wood or bark from somewhere. Bro, the stress looking after dogs, man. Like, I'm just hearing this pup crunching on something, thinking, crap, what the hell is she crunching on? She's found some wood and bark from somewhere. I'm completely confused. But as I was saying, man, before I got distracted, you bad little pup. Estevao's goal, please, boys, please. I don't want to hear criticisms about Levi Cole not closing down. I do not want to hear criticisms about Robert Sanchez leaving his near post unmarked. Give all the credit to Estevao. Give credit to good football. The goal he scored, you're lying if you're telling me that you predicted that this was going to be Estevao's next move. I'll slow it down and break it down for you. But the guy scored with his weaker foot from an acute angle. There was barely any backlift behind his shot. And the way he quickly set his shot off from first touch to shot was blink of an eye stuff, yeah. And to score that goal, weaker foot, no backlift from that angle. I'm sorry, no one is saving that. I don't care if we got our criticisms against Cole's defending sometimes or Robert Sanchez or whatever, Cucurella, whatever excuse you want to make. This is pure magic and pure brilliance from Estevao Willian. It's an exciting reminder of what we're going to have in our squad. I love that after the end of the game, I'm seeing Palmer putting his arm around him, talking to him. Asugo's do the translation clearly. Liam Delap's showing love. You can tell that these guys have been talking to him a lot. They've put the arm around him. He's come into a very good environment to play ball and do his thing for us next season. I'm very excited. It wasn't like the full Estevao show, but this was a brilliant, beautiful little taste of what is set to come when Estevao comes through next season. So you guys, what was your thoughts on him? I feel like this game was kind of like dominated by Brazilians. Andre Santos, a lot of debate about him and where he was going to play. I mean, I was hoping that Maresca's not going to force this thing of like being so narrow-minded that you're only going to use him as Enzo's understudy, please. As if this guy wasn't the best defense midfield player at Ligue 1 last season. Breaking play up the front for fun, as if he can't do bits across all midfield positions. And let's not act like you got to be a super specialist. But we were seeing guys like Casadei playing out of position in a deeper role for us last season, yeah. I thought he gave a very solid account of himself. He's still slowly simmering, so don't even feel like you've seen everything just yet. But there was a few big crunching tackles that he won at key times, especially this big recovery one in the second half. I thought that was great. And it's a reminder that this guy is more than just this book-to-books clone that maybe Maresca feels he's suited to in his particular system, right? So let's clarify that type of detail. And actually, of course, for the final big Brazilian, Joao Pedro. For me, I've been seeing all these videos and talks about Pedro playing on the left. Playing instead of Enzo Fernandez in some of these like predicted lineups has completely baffled me. And it's just like, you know what, maybe I'm being a nerd now, but it's like, don't be that lazy where you're just going to apply how a different manager used him for his particular setup and then just kind of use those principles on ours. No, you don't pay 2 Liam Delap's for Joao Pedro, so he acts as your backup guy on the left flank or in attacking mid. This guy was signed to be a striker. This is someone that is replacing Nicholas Jackson at the moment. Let's keep things absolutely real. And I have to say, what's a performance? This was encouraging, yeah? The guy is a box menace. He makes so many things happen. He's a live wire. I love that. He showed great physicality with his hold-up play. He was not afraid to take shots off when moments came. He was very unlucky not to get his first goal for us. And I have to say, I saw a lot more from him compared to a Liam Delap. But I'm not here to be doing competitions. If you want my honest opinion, Joao Pedro is the better player. But we have 2 excellent forwards that complement this setup and complement this system, who are going to push each other and equally together do a lot of good for us. But you guys, you know, I've always been very impressed by Joao Pedro. I've always felt like this is the next great Prem striker to come. And I just think in this system, with how seamlessly he integrated himself in that was like the brilliant thing about his promising debut. He just seamlessly slot into things as if he's been here forever. And, you know, when you're making signings like this and it makes this much sense, how can you not be a bit excited, right? So, you guys, I think they're like the main talking points from the review today. Really encouraging game, really great competition between both clubs. Lots of respect goes out to Palmeiras. I love the fact that Brazilian clubs, they play with pride. They're not afraid by the challenge. They don't feel daunted by occasions. They want to assert themselves. They want teams to know straight away from the first minute, if you're going to beat us, you want to beat us by playing good. And in the end, a bit of a mistake from their right back Argentinian guy, and the goalkeeper, you know, created the luck we needed, which I think overall we probably deserved because we were the more dangerous team that made the better chances. But they made us sweat on many occasions, play great football at times, and it's the second time we've had a very difficult game against Palmeiras. So you guys, share your thoughts and opinions on the game on Joao Pedro and Estevao Willian and other talking points that you guys clocked. And I will see you guys tomorrow with some more videos. Love. Cool.